from 5:30 to 7 p.m. A small Colorado town is coming together, hoping for accountability here. Our senior reporter Tony Keith joining us after talking to more than a dozen people. So what's the issue? What do they want to see here?
Oh, gosh, well, residents I spoke to, they're having issues with their local post office. And through an open records request, I learned the building was deemed unsafe, and USPS doesn't agree.
Hoehne is a quiet town east of I-25 on the south side of our state. But the voices of the few people who live there are getting loud when it comes to this post office.
It smells like cat pee. I mean, it's nasty. The floors are dirty. Everything's dirty in there. Look at the outside of the building.
More than a dozen people met up with me outside the Hoehne post office to voice their concerns over this building and the service they've received this year.
It's been terrible. It's gotten so bad that we don't have any important, anything important delivered to our mailing address anymore.
Sometimes we don't get mail at all. Sometimes somebody doesn't show up at all.
A woman who tells me she served as a former postmaster for the town years ago also spoke with me.
If you can say and spell your first and last name.
Okay. My name is Abigail Gallegos.
Shocked at the condition of the building she used to work in.
It was never this bad. I mean,
Have you gone in there recently?
Yes, I just went in there today.
What would you say about the condition of it?
Oh my gosh. It's awful. It's dirty. I mean, the floors are just awful.
Everyone I talked to told me that this building has been declining for years, and it only got worse when the former postmaster resigned. I'm told the postmaster from Trinidad has taken over the role temporarily. I requested an interview with him, but was denied. He also said I didn't have permission to film inside the facility, but this recent photo was sent to me by one of the residents.
Now, I reached out to USPS and learned that the former postmaster resigned December 27th. Since then, they've received 2 applications, and when I came to visit the post office, they still had the now hiring sign outside.
Several people I spoke with believe the former postmaster would have stayed if not for the condition of this building.
If they would just give the lady that had to resign, if they would just treat her human, had maybe running water in the toilet, that's all she needed, just to be treated like a human.
It isn't just residents concerned with this building. This letter, dated June of 2024, is from a Los Animas County building inspector. It deemed the building unsafe, citing the air was contaminated due to animal urine and feces odors from a residence that is connected to the post office. Along with an illegal doorway, I also learned OSHA was notified, and through a Freedom of Information Act request, we learned OSHA was contacted twice in 2024 of building concerns. According to the documents we obtained, on February 8th of last year, someone reached out saying there were trip hazards, respiratory hazards, and no working restroom. OSHA did not do an on-site visit, but a letter from the Trinidad postmaster states there were no trip hazards and the outside boardway is just, quote, unsightly, no evidence of a leak or respiratory hazards, and the bathroom was operational. Another complaint came to OSHA on July 12th of 2024, claiming the conditions inside the building were unsanitary. A letter sent to OSHA from a safety manager based out of Denver said that wasn't the case. I asked USPS to respond to both the claims of poor customer service and an unsafe building. I received this response, which reads that an inspection by their district safety manager took place on July 22nd after receiving a safety complaint. No safety violations were found during that inspection. USPS also shared additional resources with me for customer support, adding that every email sent will be carefully documented with appropriate action taken to strengthen service. I'm told the Hoehne post office will get a thorough cleaning this week. The people I spoke with wanted to make sure that USPS heard this message about their post office.
I love Hoehne. I don't want to see the post office leave, and we can work with just about anybody.
Oh, that is really sweet. So what is next for the post office here? Because it seems like things are kind of a mess right now.
Well, they're hoping to hire a new postmaster. The job posting is open until today, so it closes out today. It pays about $17 per hour. But I chose to cover this story because the amount of people who reached out to us wanting to highlight this problem. So if you've got something you want us to look into, that's what we're here for. Please reach out to our newsroom. We've got our newsroom number along with our email address on the screen. Reach out anytime, and hoping we can cover and help you out in what you're looking into.
Well, thank you, Tony. Starting this month, neighbors in Fountain will see a noticeable increase in their monthly water bill. Fountain City Council approved a plan a year in the making to increase water rates and offset debt in the city's water enterprise. So the increase, it adds about 9% to your bill, another 9% the next year. That's $7 a month, with, of course, going up.